months ago, I took old Grouch here and I challenged my internet friend Stridsland's Journal to a virtual game of bike. You may be wondering what happened. Well, my formidable opponent ended up tweaking his back at a game of squash, a great sport by the way, and was not willing to risk it for the biscuit for the title of online game of bike with 26-inch mountain bikes converted kind of to BMX's title. He also had a new baby on the, you can see why you wouldn't want to get more hurt. A very gracious bow out for a completely unprompted game of bike challenge. I can respect that. But that does leave the virtual game of bike, which I think is a fun idea challenge, unchallenged. And I just can't stand for that. So with a quick costume change for the bike that is involved, I'm going to challenge my friend Mike Brennan over at Merritt BMX to the same virtual game of bike, but it only makes sense that I take a different bike, set the same tricks, and then we'll go from there. But first, we should really look at this thing. So the Just Us Coffee Roasting Trek 8500 sitting here, aluminum with a 1 1/8 head tube, custom made steel segmented fork, very strong BMX style dropouts, super wide handlebars from far headspace stem, looks like a cool bull moose stem, Dior 1x11 drivetrain, and of course the pièce de résistance, the Panaracer Gravel Kings that were green at one point, they're a little bit gray now. I think they look great on here. And no, I cannot help you source these. There's a reason these have lasted as long as they have. I'm scared that they're going to wear out. Now, Mike, the rules. Obviously, you gotta do the tricks on a 90s mountain bike, which I know you have, like the Cannondale. You got a few things to choose from. And it works like this. I set 4 tricks, each of them corresponds to a letter. The video goes out, you get 2 weeks to respond. Each trick that you do means you don't get that letter. So if you successfully complete everything that I set, you get no letters. And then you respond with 4 tricks for me. Each of those correspond to a letter. For each one that I maybe don't get when you set back to me, I get that letter. So however many letters are left on your opponent, that's how many tricks you need to set for them. So if you miss 2, I send you, yeah, we could talk about this later. So first up is tire tapping a quarter pipe. You are completely and utterly welcome to put your seat down. The seat does not have to be up, that would be ridiculous. Every time I do one of those, I'm like, that's freaky. Okay, that's B, tire tap a quarter pipe. Okay, set number 2 requires a skate park. You may know what it is. It's probably the most difficult looking of the 4 tricks, but I assure you it is the easiest, and it is a 360, just out of a bank, any bank. Any bank, any bank. Okay, the next one was a bubaka, like a parking brick out of a bank. Steve, as you can tell, doesn't need to be clean, doesn't need to be the best ever. Just stall the rear wheel on a curb, over a bank, and boom, counts. And finally, a wall ride. Hopefully there's nothing up here that is terrible. I think this is safe to shoot. Okay, So, bit of a banked wall ride. There's a bunch of broken porcelain and glass in here. Try and avoid it. Sweet. This wall ride was definitely way cooler than the other one I did in the previous challenge. Okay, Mike, that is the 4-trick set. B, tire tap quarter pipe. I, 360 a bank. K, a Bubaka parking block out of a bank. E, wall ride out of a bank. And honestly, if anyone else wants to get involved, please do. Just take all the tricks that get set, video them, put them on Instagram under the tag virtual gob, G-O-B, game of bike. And I suppose if you want, we can do an entire video dedicated to the current build of the Just Us sponsored Trek 8500 build, but that's only if you want. And to send us off, a thank you to Sarah, Trinity, Jonathan, Sierra, and Vicky, who've all bought stuff through the store this month.